there's going to be a lot of problem at Chelsea next season. Now, we all know that Enzo Maresca's system, which is his style of playing, stresses most of the Chelsea players. For example, take a look at Reece James. During previous matches, Enzo Maresca have tried playing James in different positions, even inverting him to midfield, which has been a total disaster. And James have proved to Maresca several times that he is not a midfielder. Or despite that, Reece James still prove an impact in defense. But one of the major problems is there are some certain players that needs to be sold, which is the likes of Nicolas Jackson, Malo Gusto, Christopher Nkunku, and Robert Sanchez. Now let's start with Sanchez. You need to accept the fact that Robert Sanchez has passed his prime, because if you take a good look at it, Brighton started benching Robert Sanchez during the time we brought him. And ever since Robert Sanchez has been Chelsea's #1 goalkeeper, it has been a total disaster for Chelsea. There have been many times when Robert Sanchez's decision led to Chelsea's defeat in our previous seasons. Robert Sanchez lacks control and confidence when he is with the ball. Even our second choice goalkeeper, which is Jorgensen, has more confidence than Sanchez. So in my own opinion, Robert Sanchez definitely needs to be replaced, and it is important we should sell him. Now the next on my list is Noni Madueke. This guy has spent 3 seasons at Chelsea, and he has not scored more than 20 goals in his Chelsea career. When we are talking about player development, that is why it's quite opposite when it comes to Noni Madueke. He doesn't even show desire or discipline to play for Chelsea. Now here is the fact that 90% of Chelsea fans need to accept. Noni Madueke's best performance is against Wolves when he scored an hat-trick. Apart from that, there have been no significant impacts which Noni Madueke have placed at Chelsea. But thank God we are going for Jimmy Gittins and Gustavo Williams is coming. So there is a possibility that Noni Madueke will be a bench woman next season. But I'll be very happy if he leaves the club this transfer window. Now moving on to my list, which is Malo Gusto and Christopher Nkunku. First off, let's start with Christopher Nkunku. This guy normally gives me a headache anytime he's on the pitch, and it looks like Christopher Nkunku have left Chelsea since last season, because ever since we signed him, he's been on and off due to his injury. But last season we needed him the most, and he could not even live up to his expectation. His creative IQ is low. His desire to go for the ball is low. He can't even create chances. And one of the most annoying thing about Christopher Nkunku, that he always like passing backwards, which slows our progress in the game. So a player like this definitely need to be sold at Chelsea. Now moving on to Malo Gusto. Gusto is good, but I don't think Chelsea is the right place for him. There was a time when Gusto made us to forget that Reece James exists. Gusto's best season was only last 2 seasons during Pochettino's era. But besides that, Gusto's defending have been very poor and have conceded many goals. You know that we would have lost to Real Betis if we decide to play Gusto 90 minutes. Well, I can't say much about this guy. He's underperforming and deserves to be sold. In fact, Achimpong can even do better than Gusto. But the only thing I'm afraid about Achimpong is that he's not physically fit to defend for us. That is the only problem I'm having with Achimpong right now. But besides that, Gusto definitely needs to be replaced. And the last but not the least is Nicolas Jackson. This guy have proved to us countless times that we should go for a proper striker. Now, mind you, I wish Chelsea have a good striker during Pochettino time. We would have beat Liverpool and won the Carabao Cup, which is last 2 seasons. Now, many people are saying that Chelsea fans should be patient with Jackson. But it's just 2 seasons now, and there's no sign of improvement. In fact, Jackson is even getting worse. Just imagine, Kopama created more than 30 those chances last season, and few of them were executed. Jackson have proven to be unreliable and have cost us game not once but twice. Imagine just a month, striker have collected 2 red cards. That is a big sign that Jackson needs to be replaced ASAP. You know that we already have Delap, and Delap is kind of reliable. So we need another clinical striker that can back up Delap, and that is definitely not Jackson. Well, Makugoyu is available. The guy needs a lot of game time to improve. That's why I prefer Chelsea should go for Mohamed Kudus, because this guy can take us a long way. Kudus is not a stranger to the Premier League football. In fact, Mohamed Kudus is definitely an attacking threat when it comes to facing big teams like Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City and Arsenal. So Chelsea fans, what's your opinion on this situation? What should we do with all these players? Let's say your opinion in the comment section. And make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Chelsea updates. See you on my next video.